Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys 1/6 scale custom upgrade set unboxing and review video. Now today we are taking a look at the scarf and coat combo made by 1/6thKit. So if you are looking to pick this coat up, I do believe it's still in stock right now with 1/6thKit. Link for that I have included down in the description below. Now you may be thinking, Justin, why on earth do you need a Knightmare Batman coat? If you've seen my recent retro review, you'll know that I wasn't overly pleased with the color or the material choice on the Hot Toys coat itself. Now we will touch on that in just a second. You can also see you get a replacement scarf with the 1/6thKit set, which is more accurate to the film in terms of the color. It's still equally as weathered and frayed, and there is a wire up the top. You will have to tie it yourself, unlike the Hot Toys one, which comes pre-tied and sewn at one point to give it a natural looking fold. But you will see those on the figure in just a second. Now in terms of the coat itself, let's just straight up compare the material. As you can see, the Hot Toys one is kind of this sand yellowish colored pleather, whereas the 1/6thKit coat actually looks like distressed, worn natural hide. And yeah, it looks fantastic. It's a huge upgrade. You can also see there's weathering in the seams where you'd expect them to be, and the details are accurate on the back there. There are wires around the edges, which is a nice touch, and also weathering down the bottom. You can straight away tell that, yeah, this coat is far more accurate to the film itself, and the material they've chosen to make it out of does feel far more sturdy. I actually went ahead and picked up two of these because, of course, we are getting another Knightmare Batman in the 2-pack with the black suit Superman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. And last time these things sold out, they skyrocketed in price on the aftermarket. So trust me, if this is something you want for your Knightmare Batman, now's the time to get it before they get crazy expensive. What we are going to do now, though, is pop this coat on the Hot Toys figure. And here we have him wearing his brand new 1/6thKit jacket, and boy, doesn't this thing look absolutely gorgeous. Let's be honest, it's a huge upgrade compared to the original Hot Toys coat. And with Knightmare Batman, the coat is like 95% of the look, so when you go about upgrading that, it elevates the entire figure. Now, potentially Hot Toys were going for a more film prop accurate look with their color and material. But after the color grading, because they are in the desert, they've gone for warmer tones, and the CGI, it kind of looked more like this in the final product, in the film that we actually saw with our own eyes. So yeah, when I envision Knightmare Batman, this is the color of coat I just see him wearing. Now that I have him wearing it in figure format, I'm so darn happy. But I am curious, which coat do you prefer? Let me know down in the comments below. And here we have him up close and personal. Now we won't spend a hell of a lot of time in this particular shot because I feel the jacket looks its best from a distance, so you can take in the entire thing. But I did very briefly want to talk about how easy it was to put on the body, because it was just that, super easy. The best way I've found to do it is to, number one, remove the gauntlets and the fists, then you can bring the arms directly back and slide off the Hot Toys jacket. You then put this one on the exact same way. I found if you pinch it here and pull it over the shoulders, it'll sit quite nicely. It was slightly challenging to get this part over the broader parts of the shoulders, but as you can see, once you have it on there, yeah, it fits pretty much perfectly. And one other benefit is the fact that I think this material, because it's just that, it feels like proper fabric that's been painted over the top of, I don't think this is going to crack. I've already seen a couple of people with the Hot Toys pleather having cracks and creases in their jackets, whereas with this one, I think it'll stand the test of time. Plus, it is relatively inexpensive for a custom 1/6 scale wired jacket, so if you wanted to, you could pick up 2. That way, if you do have any issues with this sometime down the line, you have a spare in your back pocket. But as for how it fits on the body, I know you've already seen it at a distance, but yeah, it looks perfect. It hugs the waist quite nicely, it sits over the shoulders accurately, and if you wanted to, you can pop the collar, kind of like how he had in Zack Snyder's Justice League. In BVS, he had the collar sitting perfectly flat down, but in Justice League, he did have it sitting slightly up at the top there. Or if you wanted to go full gothic, you can go all the way up. That's the benefit of having these really strong wires throughout the entire thing. Now for our quick side-by-side comparison just before we wrap up, here we have the Hot Toys coat alongside the custom one. And oh boy, does this ever highlight how big of a difference there is between the two coats. And the neck scarves, we'll touch on that in just a second. But overall, I love the custom jacket. The fit, the color, and the texture of the material, in my mind's eye, is just far more accurate to what I envision as Knightmare Batman. As I said earlier, perhaps Hot Toys were going for a more prop-accurate version. But I personally have never seen the real-life Knightmare Batman suit, so I don't know if that's what they were going for. It's just me speculating. Overall, though, I love the custom. It's way better, in my opinion, for posing, for the look, and also the wires are a lot stronger than the Hot Toys jacket, so you can get a little bit more creative with your posing. As I said earlier, if you are thinking about picking this up, just do it, because once it sells out, this thing is going to be almost impossible to find. Just wrapping up on the 1/6thKit custom coat and neck scarf for your Hot Toys Knightmare Batman. For me, as soon as I saw this the first time, I should have picked it up, and I regretted it ever since. But now that Hot Toys have reissued the Knightmare Batman, it's a no-brainer. If you have that one on pre-order or you have the original, get yourself this jacket, you will thank me later. It really is that darn big of an upgrade. Number one, the material is great. It's a soft but sturdy material, which I don't think will crack over time. And that means you've basically unlocked a ton of posing potential for your Knightmare Batman, where previously, maybe you were a little bit more cautious, like I was, not to crease your jacket because you didn't want it to crack and deteriorate. Where with this one, I don't think that's a huge issue. Also, the color looks beautiful. It looks way more accurate to the film itself. And then you have these super strong, sturdy wires, which you can have the coat billowing off in the wind. I love that. The Hot Toys one had wires too, but they weren't anywhere near as strong. You also have now a more accurate neck scarf, which is a nice bonus. So yes, of course, I recommend this. It's fantastic. I have included the link in the description below. Get it before it sells out. Do yourself a favor. I got 2 for my own personal collection because I don't want to not get it and then regret it later like I did the first time around. If you are heading down to the description, why not check out the link to 6th Scale Network, the awesome Facebook group. Come along, chat figures, share photos of your collection, and of course, see what's coming up next on the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.